Hi and welcome back to my little film and TV channel. And today, yes, what have I checked out? Well, I've checked out a new Amazon series. Yeah, I'm recording this on the 22nd of May 2022, so it's just been out for a couple of days, I think. And it was formerly known as Light Years, this, but it's actually come onto TV as Night Sky. Yes, we've got 8 episodes by about 54 minutes an episode, so quite long. How's it doing? Well, it's obviously Internet Movie Database, Joe Public. We always have a quick look at that before I tell you a bit more about the film. And it's doing very well. 7.2 out of 10. That's based on 407 scores and reviews left. There's 248 people scored it between 6 and 9, and just 52 scored it between 2 and 5. So that's 83% positivity, as you know. There's quite a few 10 out of 10s as well, but nothing's 10 out of 10, so I've ignored those. So we'll have a look at this little film anyway and see what other people are thinking as well. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications so you know these vlogs are coming out. And if you can give us a like, guys, you make an old film watcher and TV watcher very, very happy. And please pass the word if you can. Also, with the public Rotten Tomato audience, 82% positivity, so that does bode well. This was created by Holden Miller and Daniel C. Connolly for Amazon Studios and Legendary Television. Stars Sissy Spacek and J.K. Simmons. Always nice to see those two actors as a couple that possesses a chamber leading to another planet. So sounds really good. Good synopsis. Also stars people like Chai Hansen, Adam Bartley, Julieta Zeilberg, Rocio Hernandez, Kia McKernan, Beth Lackey, Stephen Louis Grush, and Cassie Bugger. So yeah, Bugger, B-U-G-G-E, Bugger, Bugger, very British. Yeah, and the series was shot in Illinois apparently, and on other planets, of course. Yeah, and it's released, as I said, on May the 20th on Amazon Prime. So the public seem to like it. I say we've not massive reviews as yet. It's only just started. It's only just come on. But obviously, we do have some critics' views. Rotten Tomatoes, 80% positivity. So that's good. Average rate of 6.8 out of 10. That's based on 20 critics' reviews. And the consensus, we put all the heads together. Night Sky reaches for the stars when it really should have settled on a feature-length finish. But the combined supernova of J.K. Simmons and Sissy Spacek shines bright. I mean, so many puns is unbelievable. I'll give them credit for that. Metacritic, the other critic site, again, very good. 69 out of 100. That's based on 12 critics, so not too bad. And even Dom Johnson, I usually go to as my go-to guy on DVD Fever, was quite enamoured with it early doors, although a bit like me, it didn't quite have the legs at times, this one. So let's see my little thoughts on it. Yeah, there's basically in sort of two big stories. Now, if you don't like subtitles, I've seen a few people criticising this. If you don't like subtitles, at least a third, perhaps a little bit more of this is in subtitles because it's initially based on Argentina, but obviously the people that feature in Argentina are obviously Spanish and obviously end up somewhere else in an English-speaking country, but there's still a lot of Spanish in it. So just be warned, if you don't like subtitles, it may put some people off, and it did put some people off because I've seen reviews to that make that point. Despite the sort of fantasy sci-fi subplot, at the end of the day, really good sci-fi for me anyway. That is like family based. It's getting to know characters and like the characters or dislike the characters. But so that's the core for me of a good sci-fi, but a sci-fi fantasy. But if you like good action science fiction, then forget it. It's not a big budget action sort of thing or action. If you go into it looking for that sort of space and spaceships and things like that, it just isn't that. It's just not that sort of thing. It's more character driven than an actual big budget action style science fiction fantasy. And of course, by the final episode, episode 8, was sort of meandered for me. It didn't say the first episode was interesting, sort of into the second episode, as I said, but you get the second sort of subplot thrown in as well. And they do come together as you'd expect they would do at a certain stage. But there's lots of things you're not told. There's certain things you are told and you find out, but there's so many things that they throw at you that are never really explained, even within watching this series. There's certain things you think, well, what happened to that, or what happened to him, or what happened to her, or stuff like that. but it became all for me by about the middle of it, up to about episode 6, partway through 7. It just became a little bit meh for me. A bit okay. It sort of meandered along. It was okay. It was still interesting because of the two main protagonists in it, of course. Spacek and Simmons. They made it watchable. I think if those two hadn't been in it, I would have been a little bit more disappointed. Well, these two sort of drive the story, as I say, apart from the Spanish-Argentinian connection as well. I find it hard to have any real interest in any of the other characters. I didn't really engage with any of the others, as I say, apart from the two main ones, even the ones who stumble along our two protagonists. I found it very hard to sort of invest in any of those. So that was a bit disappointing in an 8 episode, basically almost 8 hours of things. You want to invest in at least 4 or 5 characters. And I said, after the first couple, it did drag. It did, as I said, it picked up. By episode 8, it was one of those ways that you think, you want to know things, but again, it's leaving you more questions than answers by episode 8. Things are happening. There was a couple of twists. One I saw a mile off. One I saw from about the first 20 minutes of episode 1. Finally revealed itself in episode 8, but yeah, not too much. I mean, I expected certain twists to happen, but as I say, it just by episode 8, it did need you wanting a follow-up, but obviously you may have lost interest by then. That's the only problem. By the time we got to episode 8, you might have given up at episode 4 and 5. So I say, will there be a second series? Possibly. Will I wait eagerly for it? Not really. No. If it happens, I will watch it, because I say there's lots of this I did like, but there's lots of it I found a little bit bland as well. So yeah, it was a long time to wait for a half decent finish, and as I said, because of that, yes, I would like to see how it continues, but then I think back and remember the sort of disappointment I had partway through this one. So I am going to give it a score. As I say, it's not that bad that I'm not going to give it a score, but I'm just going to give it middle of the road. I'm just going to give it a 5 out of 10, because there were certain things in it I did like, but there's probably just as much I didn't like. And I think one of the critics there mentioned the feature length series thing. They probably could have made a sort of 2.5, 3 hour special on this, and then kind of like a mini series rather than a bigger series. So say 3 or 4 episodes times 50 minutes, you might have got away with it. And I would have been more interested in the second series, but yeah, it was okay. There was some bits okay. It was, say, a lot of them okay, but say it was obviously Spacek and Simmons who, for me, kept the interest for most of it. Anyway, let me know. And you don't have to be a real big science fiction person to like this either. Say it's more family driven as well. So sort of science fiction fantasy album is worth put certain people. So 5 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you think, guys, if you get to watch this. Well, thanks for joining me. Until we meet again, I only ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.